live. There we go. Okay, hey guys, how are you? For those of you watching, my name is Susan Wade. I'm a presidential diamond with It Works, and I wanted to put this Google Hangout together with some of my very close friends on my team. Hey guys.
Hey.
Y'all look like you're asleep or something. Okay, anyway.
We're nervous.
Yeah, y'all need to wake up. People are gonna tip. So I wanted to get these girls together and I might have my husband join us a little bit later, but I wanted to get us all together just to hang out and just discuss, you know, the next, I guess, month and a half to make some bonuses. We've got some great bonuses in our company right now, and a lot of these girls are really pushing for them, and so we wanted to get together and just discuss what is working for them, maybe give you guys some Blitz tips. You know, we have a Chelsie or double diamond, is that right?
Just diamond. On the way.
Diamond. Okay, see, okay, yeah, you're almost a double, and I know you're pushing for triple. So we have, you know, we have all different ranks on tonight's Google Hangout. That's how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be working for people. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys introduce yourselves. So whoever wants to start. Brittny.
Oh, it's my turn? Okay. Hi, I'm Brittny Smith. I'm from Oklahoma. I'm an executive distributor. I've been with the business since June, and I love it. And I'm really nervous right now, so we can go to the next person.
I love it. But hey, that means that you're doing this business, you're nervous. Some people think that to do It Works, you have to be this outgoing person. That's not true, because you are very nervous, but you've been able to sign distributors, right?
Right, absolutely.
Right.
It has nothing to do with your
Okay, Chelsie, Gilbert.
I'm Chelsie, and I've been with the business since May, and I'm a diamond going for triple and just skipping over double. And I love it too, and I have so much fun. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Lizzie?
Hey, I'm Lizzie Kitchens. I've been with this business since the end of September last year. I'm just promoted to diamond, and I'm on my way to double. And yeah, I love every minute of this business. It's so fun.
Awesome. Okay, Tabitha. Are you there?
I'm Tabitha. I'm sorry. I thought Terry was next. I'm Tabitha. I've been in this business for about 9.5 months. I love what I do, and people call me the blitzing queen because I'll blitz anybody. I don't care what they look like, how old they are. I will tell anybody about the business.
A lot of people watching are wanting to hear from you, Tabitha, so I'm excited. Okay, last up, we got Terry.
Hi, I'm Terry Davis. I'm from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I am an emerald, and I have been in the business since the end of March. And I'm a stay-at-home mama for it.
Awesome. Okay, so we're just going to kind of start. I'll just start us out about blitzing. Today, I'm in a brand new area. I'm staying with my parents, or my in-laws, this week in Frisco, Texas. And my mother-in-law just wanted to go shopping today, get some lunch. And so what I did is I don't know if you guys can see with my Blitz cards attached. And so, you know, I just walked around Frisco, and people stopped me. They saw my shirt. They saw my Blitz cards. I have this awesome new purse. So if you're a potential distributor, we have amazing gear that we just we have shirts, we have accessories. I'm not wearing them, but I have like some really cute It Works earrings. But the one thing I love about this purse is it has a pocket for Blitz cards. And so as soon as someone smiled at me or, you know, said, hey, like we were eating dinner and someone said, what does that symbol mean? On I think she was looking on the back of my yoga jacket. It's like the It Works symbol. And she said, what does that mean? And so I immediately, you know, was able to quickly pull out my Blitz card. If you are new, this is what a Blitz card looks like. It just has the picture of the wrap on it, shows the different areas. This is what it is. This is what it does. Sorry, this one has a barcode on it because it's personalized, but it just has my contact info, so name, email. It has my website. Something I've done different is I put my personal Facebook page on my Blitz cards. this has really worked for me because that's where I'm getting most of my business right now, is from my personal page. People are wanting to see that I'm a real person. So today when I blitzed all these different people, I said, hey, add me on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. I'd love to hear from you. And they were like, okay, I've got Facebook. So that's kind of just starting us out with some tips. Who wants to add some tips as far as like blitzing or how you're recruiting over the next 60 days or however long we have?
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
With me personally, I just talk to anybody I see. If I go to the gas station to pump gas, if somebody is right next to me and they're pumping gas, I always just approach them. Because I feel like I can't let anybody get away. I feel like, okay, this person might be the next person. So I'll blitz everyone that I see. And I know that takes a long time, but, you know, if I run out of cars, I just use my phone or whatever else, you know. So I try to blitz everybody that I meet and tell them about this crazy wrap thing or some about other products. Do I need to
What
go
do you
on?
have on your own?
Okay, sometimes I have my, sometimes I have a shirt, and sometimes I wear my lanyard, but even if I don't have anything on, because I'm a teacher, and sometimes when I get off work, I'm dressed professional. So I will have my Blitz cards with me also. And if I don't have my Blitz card, I'll take out my phone. And I'll be like, you know, I start a conversation, hey, how you doing? Or all kind of ways I start the conversation. And then I get into telling them about these crazy wrap thing or some other product.
Okay, so pretend that I'm pumping gas. You would just randomly go up to me? Like, what would you say?
Okay, if you would just pretend that we're at a gas station right now and we know that it's freezing cold outside. So I would say, oh my gosh, this weather is just awful. It is freezing out here. You know, then pretty sure they're going to hear me talking. So they may say something back. And I would like, so I may ask them, have you been going to work because of this weather, blah, blah, blah. We get into a conversation. You know, I start trying to get kind of personal with you, just asking them about certain things. So I would start it like that.
Yeah, I love that you said that. I think that sometimes people think blitzing is like running up to someone and like throwing cards at them. Did y'all see that? I just threw cards everywhere. Like Oprah, you get a card, you get a card. Yeah. No, that's not how I blitz at all. And I love that Tabitha mentioned this because you want to first pull down that barrier or take down that wall with people. Everybody has a wall up right now. Most network marketing has a bad rap because they're annoying. Like, we annoy people. We don't want to be annoying. So as Tabitha mentioned, she brought up the weather first. She wanted to engage in conversation first and become friendly. And then, excuse me, then she brought up, you know, the business. I love that. Anybody else? Or Tabitha, do you have anything? Sorry, guys.
That's okay. I'm trying to think. Like I said, just anything, because sometimes people think, like, I would walk up to somebody, and it's not about being fake, but just like if I like someone's shirt or I love their hair. Like, you know, a lot of times I'm obsessed with hairstyles. So I was like, oh, my gosh, I love your hair. Where did you get it? You know, who does it? And they say, I do it myself, or I go to blah, blah, blah salon, whatever else, and I'll be like, oh, I can't wait for my hair to get thicker so I can try that style, because right now I'm taking these amazing vitamins and I'm trying to get it thicker. And then they may ask me, what vitamins are you taking? So that strikes the conversation of the hair, skin, and nail vitamins.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to get keywords. Like, you're either listening for them to say a keyword or you're wanting to bring up something to start a new product. It doesn't have to be about the wrap. You know, all the time, you know, you mentioned if you were at the gas station and they talked about their job being out in this weather, every day when I'm out, I'm listening for keywords involving like stay-at-home mom or, you know, oh, I hate my job. If they're at the cash register and they're like, I cannot wait to get off work. That's a key phrase that I listen to to bring up the business. That's like, oh, let me tell you about an amazing business opportunity, you know, or if someone's talking about their health, immediately I think greens. And like you said, if they're talking about their hair, I think hair, skin, and nails, facial products. Anytime someone says, you have great skin, I bring up It Works. Okay, so let's talk about rejection for a little bit, because a lot of people are scared of blitzing because they think, okay, well, what happens if they say no, or what happens if they make fun of me? Who wants to talk about that? Anybody?
Well, I'll go ahead. At conference, I met up with Tabitha.
All right, who's
and
talking? Brittany?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We good?
Yeah.
Okay. So at conference, we met up with Tabitha, and she took us to kind of show us the reins. I was terrified of blitzing. I didn't do it. It was something that actually made me sick to even think about doing. Well, after handing a business card to one girl, she threw it in the trash right in front of me. Like, instead of being like, okay, no thanks, she just threw it in the trash. And I was like hurt for a second, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Like, I won't ever see her again. And
Right.
It's just not a big deal. I mean, she didn't want it. Okay, that's cool. I'll move on to the next person.
And you'll probably never see her again.
Right.
Right.
So it doesn't matter what she thinks, and you have to think that. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not about you. It's about them. And if they're not interested, then just move on. It doesn't matter. Just roll it off your shoulders and let it go. Just move on to the next person who will need it.
Right. I don't know about you guys, but these Blitz cards are gold to me. I've actually asked for them back. Like, if I hand this card to someone, I really have. I hand it to them, and the girl or guy looks at it, and they're like, and then I say, are you going to keep that? And they're even, like, reaching to, like, throw it away. I've taken it out of someone's hand before and taken it back. I have. I'll admit it. Because, you know what? I pray over these Blitz cards when I get my stack of them, and I want to share it with the world, and if it's going to be in the trash, I want it back. So, okay. Chelsie, what about you? Like, you're a new mom. Sorry if you're, I'm trying to bring you up on the screen. Tell people some of your.
Well, lately, since I have a 15-month-old and a 2-week-old, I'm at home a lot, so I'm using social media a lot. And I think that through social media, it's important to be really personal.
Oh, there you go.
Did you hear me? Did y'all hear any of that?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's important to be really personal, and I just tried to incorporate my kids in my pictures, and I try to make everything not an advertisement because, well, first of all, I think it's important to be a product of the product. I know that phrase is stupid, but, I mean, if people don't see you using the stuff, why do they want to use it? So I try to show my child drinking greens or me using the facial line or whatever it is, my husband's before and after results with his hair, skin, and nails. I just try to show people that we are using all the products and we believe in them. And instead of just putting up an ad of somebody I don't know, I use pictures of us drinking the greens, like us doing this. And, you know, I posted a picture tonight with my son. He got in my bag and had the Blitz cards everywhere. And so it's not just a stock photo. It's just personal things that are related to us specifically that I've taken the pictures on my phone. So right now that's how I'm blitzing my life. I'm blitzing their timelines.
Awesome. And so what would you say for people that they're like, well, I don't want to annoy my friends. Like, I don't want to be a network distributor because I don't want to spam my friends. What would you say to that?
Well, I think something that a lot of people don't know is that whenever I post, I might get 5 likes, but I'm getting 5 messages. So just because they're not seeing that people are interested doesn't mean they aren't. And so you have to realize that there might be some people that it doesn't apply to and they're not interested, but there's so many messages of people that are letting me know, hey, I really needed this product. And to me, even if one person is getting a better health or is starting a new business that can change their life, I mean, it's worth it to me to annoy a few people. And honestly, I've never had anyone tell me that it annoys them. I think that because I am trying to make it personal and it's not just ad after ad, that people are appreciating that and they're seeing, you know, it's fun and they want to be a part of it instead of being turned off by it.
I think people see your passion, and so maybe that's why. I think there's a huge difference between being an advertisement on Facebook and being passionate. Brittany, I think you wanted to add something.
Yes. When it comes to Facebook, when I first started, like my first week, a friend told me, she's like, you know, I feel like when I talk to you, it's completely different than when you're posting on Facebook. So I was like, okay. So I switched it up, and I made it more personal. Like I was having a conversation with somebody. And then if I'd see friends from high school or things, they'd be like, oh, I just can't stand your posts or this and that. I'm like, delete me. I mean, you can unfollow me. There's an unfollow button. There's a delete button. It's not going to stop me. You're not going to stop me. And that's how I've kind of ran my business, is by not caring what people think. It's not going to bring me down. You just have to forget that, 90% of the people that are on your Facebook, you won't even speak to them in public if you see them. So why are you so concerned about, what they think or what they'll think of your posts? So that's how I feel about that.
What about you, Lizzie? Like, what would you say, what's a good blitzing tip? Do you do most of your blitzing out in public, or do you do it on Facebook?
Probably most of mine is done through social media. I do talk to people out in public occasionally. I definitely agree with what everybody has said about keeping it personal. I think that's like the biggest thing for me. And one thing I ask myself as far as what I put on Facebook is, is this something that I would want to read if I were a customer? Because I think we get kind of trapped in this it works world where we forget what it's like to be a customer. We forget what it's like to be somebody who doesn't know anything about the product or who isn't passionate about the product. So I just ask myself, like, is this something that's interesting, or am I just throwing before and after pictures at people's faces? Like, obviously, before and after pictures are a great tool, and I do use them, but I try really hard to keep it interesting and to keep it personal. And, you're branding yourself, and you don't have to be the same as everybody else. You don't have to copy what everybody else posts. It's really, you're marketing yourself, and people are going to be interested to buy from you because they like you. The product sells itself, but you're also selling yourself, not just the product, I think. So that's something I try to think
I've
about.
said that before. Yeah, I've said that before once on stage. I said, you're selling yourself, and I kind of like stopped because it sounds so weird. Like we're not trying to be like dirty by any means, but I mean, like, we're selling. I mean, seriously, it sounds so weird to say, but it's so true, Lizzie. Like, this business, it's a whole lot of fun. It's a lot of us hanging out together and sharing our passion for this company and these products, and allowing people to become healthy. And so I think sometimes we do lose sight of that when we're posting on Facebook. It's all about, join my team for $99, or look at this product. And, I always use the example of greens. There's two sets of pictures that I could post. I could post a picture of the product with little fruits and vegetables around it that says, get your 8 servings of fruits and vegetables today. Or I could post a picture of me and, my husband and I holding a glass of greens, chugging it in the kitchen one morning, and some servings of fruits and vegetables. Think of Facebook. Why do people get on Facebook? Is it to look at advertisements, or is it to stalk people and look at kids' pictures and just wanting to know you? And so, as Lizzie said, this is branding yourself. I would rather look at a picture of you rather than a picture of a product. So why not, I always keep my Fat Fighters in my purse. I take these out with me anytime I'm at a restaurant. I purposely make lots of noise because I know the people next to me are going to be like, what is she getting out of her purse? And then I keep it on the table for everybody to see, and every single time the waitress usually is like, what is that? And then I tell her, I'm like, oh, I'm taking my Fat Fighters. It blocks carbs and fats. So you are a walking advertisement when you're out in public and when you're on Facebook. Okay, Terry, let's hear from you. You can either add on to what we've been talking about, or do you have something else, another tip?
Well, I think what you said about being personal or personable is very true. I know when I make posts, when I was starting up my health challenge for myself, and I would post myself drinking the ProFit or taking my It's Vital in the morning, I would get more comments and people asking, what is that? What are you doing now? Versus if I just, post the an ad type of photo. I get more interaction when it's actually me taking the products and me posting myself doing even like losing weight and stuff like that. People, it's more real than just, you posting a picture and people are like, you don't even use this, or how do I know if you've lost weight? But if I take a picture of the scale for me 1 week and then 2 weeks later I take a picture of the scale again, then they know that it's real and it does actually work. And I've actually got more feedback from doing that.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that some people are distributors with It Works and they don't even use the products. I think that it's so important. That's why we have our monthly auto shipment. It's not just to get wraps. It's to also use the products. People come to my house. They see the skincare line on my bathroom, counter. They see my Fat Fighters, my ThermaFit. I'm a walking advertisement. I use our products. It's so important. And again, that's where that passion comes from. You can't be passionate about It Works if you have no idea what the products are. And if you're a brand new distributor, it's okay if you've only tried one product. You're going to slowly get there. You're going to slowly start making money and be able to purchase extra for yourself. But the most important thing is to get the wraps on people. So, okay, let's get back to like blitzing in person, because I think that still freaks people out. What would you say about body types, Tabitha? I hear all the time, they're like, well, I'm afraid to go up to somebody that's heavier, or I'm afraid to introduce this to a man, or I'm afraid to talk to someone that's a size 0. She may think I'm insulting them. Let's talk about body issues and body image.
Okay, I just try to be careful if it's a heavier size person. I try not to start with the wraps. That's just me personally. I would start with another product, like maybe the greens, the hair, skin, and nail vitamin, the lip and eye cream. I would start with something else besides it. Then, because sometimes, most of the times, the conversation leads to, well, do y'all have anything for weight loss? Then I wait till they bring it up, and then I will speak on it, because I don't want to offend anyone. And a lot of times, you even have people that doesn't need anything, that don't need anything for weight loss, and they might say, do you think I need a wrap? I said, no, I think you look great. I'm not saying you need a wrap. I said, do you think I need a wrap? And they were like, no. I said, but I use the wrap all the time. So it's not about always just needing a wrap. Like, I was like, I want to be flat, but I want to have abs. Like, I want to look better than just being flat. I want those amazing abs. I want definition to show. So I go into details and, tell them about, even I use the wrap. So it's not just for heavy set. And with the men, I remember going into a barbershop, and these guys laughed at me when I came in, and they were like, this is for women. I was like, no, this is for men. It didn't matter how many pictures I showed them in my phone. They, they just kept mocking me. And I was like, okay, this is the deal. If I wrap you right now, if you pay me $25 to wrap you right now in front of everybody in this shop, we can go in private, but you got to wear the wrap, and I'm going to come back about an hour or two later. You just give me the time, and if it doesn't, if you drink the water and you don't see this work, then you can say I won't come back to your shop again. I said, but if it does work, you got to sign up as a loyal customer, right? Right after I come back. So I left about an hour or two, and I come back, and his results were amazing. So not only did I sign him up at the shop, I signed 3 more guys that work in there as well. Because they were like, you just not going to give up. I never did give up. They were like, you're not going to give up. You really believe that this product works. I like, yeah, I know that it works. And so sometimes we give up too easily. And then when you give up so easily, the person will look like, okay, well, she was just trying to make a sale. She didn't care if I was kind of skeptic of whatever. Because you got to understand, people are going to be skeptic. I was skeptic of it at first, So you got to put yourself in the customer's shoes. But you can't give up. You can't give up on them.
I love that. And let's talk about loyal customers. Tabitha Green, you sign up more loyal customers on the spot by blitzing people than I've ever seen before. Like, you inspire me. So people watching this, we want to hear, okay, so you've blitzed me. I've got the card in my hand. I'm going to say, okay, yeah, I just had, my baby. I've got some stretch marks. I want to try this wrap. Can you go wrap me in the bathroom? Okay, where does it lead from there? How do you seal the deal on the spot rather than me signing later? Or Is there, do you sign up later on, and is there like a tactic that you use? What's your follow-up technique? Can you talk a little bit about that? And then we're going to hear from other people and talk about their follow-up techniques.
Okay, I'm going to start with what you said, because a lot of time I have sign up people on the spot. If you said, okay, I want you to wrap me right then, and I go in, I'm wrapping you, and I am so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to see your results. This is going to be so amazing. If you start feeling some tingling, that's okay. That's part of the wrap. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you, and I'm going to start just being so excited because I want her to know that I truly believe in the product. So,
right.
And I'm talking, I'm saying excited, and I'm like, I'm going to say, and this is what I have said before, is, this is just one wrap, and I'm not saying at all that you won't see results. I'm just saying this is one wrap, but you know that you can get a full treatment. Like a full treatment is a whole box. If you do a whole box, that's a full treatment. You're going to see even, better results with the whole box. That's the first thing I say. I like, because when I did my first rep, I saw results. I said, but when I did a full treatment, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I said, so you're going to be like that. I said, so you can get a whole box for $59 if you sign up on my website. And I said, so you will have the wraps with you. You'll be able to wrap today, and you wrap 3 days later. And I said, the good thing about this is, girl, let me tell you, after you wrap today, that wrap is going to work in your system for 3 days later. 72 hours, you have this wrap working in your system, even when you have it on. And so I'm going in details, and I'm happy, and I'm like, all excited. And then I will say, so you will have the wraps at home to wrap. Take one out the box, 3 days later, wrap again. So you don't have to wait on me, come and pay me another $25 because I know you want to save your money. So you might as well just let me sign you up as a loyal customer. We can do it right now. You can use your phone if you have one. If you're not, you can use my phone. I will cover my face. I don't want to see any of your credit card information, but I can help you do it right now. So when you get at home, you don't have to worry about trying to figure out all these instructions. So we can just get this over with right now. So I'll do something like that.
Okay, so for those of you watching, I picked up on a few things. I love it because it's similar stuff that I say too. You put yourself in their shoes. You said, oh, girl, I know you don't want to come and pay $25 again.
Yes.
You're using examples. In 3 days, this is what you're going to see. And it sounded like you didn't really shut up to even give me the option to say no.
That's
right?
No, I did not.
Yeah. But, okay, this is what I want people who are watching. Did you see how excited Tabitha was? Like, the passion in her voice. Mm-hmm. She was acting like, okay, Tabitha and I are really good friends, but I'm just a stranger in this scenario. She acted like we were best friends. She took me in the bathroom. She's like, oh, girl, and maybe you're not outgoing, okay? Maybe you're not used to talking on that level, but be friendly with people. That really draws people in. Okay, so let's talk. Who else wants to say something? Who else has some tips? Brittny, I know you're super shy. Have you ever, like when you're talking to somebody and explaining the loyal customer program, like what are some things that work for you? And maybe it's not out in public, but maybe like on Facebook. I know you said to keep it personal, but are there any key words that you use to get people to seal the deal?
Well, once you start talking to people, like once you get through like the initial, like, okay, they've got my card in their hand or whatever, once you get through that shock, it's easier to transition. If they show interest, you can just talk to them easier. And it's better to, I don't know, I'm still really, like I can talk to people all day long, but it's handing them a business card and trying to sell them my product that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Right.
And I know I'm not selling, I'm sharing, but it just, but you just whatever, if you're talking about, okay, do you want energy, we have something for energy, stress, you just kind of read off of them, like you can kind of tell by their body language, or they're like, oh, like stress, so then you can tell them about confianza, or you can tell them about the hair, skin, and nails, or the greens. So you just kind of cue, just kind of watch them and see what kind of piques their interest.
I'll kind of add on to that. When I'm talking to somebody and it kind of gets awkward, I usually divert the conversation on myself. Like instead of talking about their stress, I talk about my stress. I'm like, oh, I take this product because my 2-year-old drives me crazy, and I start talking about myself. And usually, they say, like if you're talking to salespeople, they're like, don't talk too much, don't talk about yourself. But that's something that really has helped me. Even when talking about the wrap today at dinner, the girl was 18 years old. She was probably a size 0. And she was asking about my card, and I immediately said, you know, you and I, you know, we may not have like loose hanging skin, but after we work out, we want our abs to show up more. And as soon as I said that, her eyes just perked up because I was talking about my abs showing up more, you know, my healthy eating. I made it about me and not so much about her, and that really helps not to offend people when I'm talking to them. Okay, Chelsie, what about you?
Well, this is kind of off topic, but something I was thinking about is just having a positive attitude. Whether when you're walking around blitzing people, just having a smile on your face, no one's going to want to come up to you if you're not in a good mood, and no one's going to want to talk to you if you're not, you know, enthusiastic or whatever. And even when you're posting on Facebook too, no matter where you are, just making sure that you're really positive about the products, positive about your life in general, even if it's not about it works. I just think that that attracts people to you so much more than putting anything negative out there.
But what if you're having like a super bad day and you want to tell the world that your baby daddy is like being really mean? Like, wouldn't you want to tell everybody that?
I think you should private message someone, like a counselor.
Yeah, or maybe vent to your upline. That's like really important. Like I always say, don't vent to your downline or the world, your public forum. John Eric talks about this. Another thing that's really important is, and Chelsie, you may have experienced this, you may have a thread going of really negative people, and if those that follow me, you've seen some of the negative Nancys that write some stuff on my posts. One thing that I've had to learn is don't engage with them. Like, don't even argue with them. There's a difference in someone being skeptical and just being a troll. Like, someone could say, does this really work? That's them being skeptical. Or, you look nasty. This before and after picture makes you look like an elephant. Like, don't even, like, respond. Like, delete and block. So I love that. I love that you're talking about being positive. And, you know, make sure when you're out in public that you are smiling. Sometimes I don't realize, like, people will come up to me and they'll say, are you okay? And I'm okay. And they're like, well, you're frowning right now. So I have to make sure when I'm out in public with my Blitz cards and with my stuff that I'm smiling and I'm happy. Okay, Lizzie, do you have anything else you want to add?
I was just thinking, like, I know when I first started this, I would always feel like I couldn't blitz people if I didn't have my hair fixed or my makeup on. And I've kind of come to find that people really don't care. And in fact, I think they appreciate it more if you're just being real, because sometimes when you're perfect and you're all put together, you're not very approachable. But when you're pushing your 1-year-old in the grocery cart and she's throwing stuff out and, you know, you feel like I can't talk to anybody about this business because I'm a mess. But really we all are in some way or another, I think. And so I think it kind of helps people to feel comfortable with you. Like, not saying that we need to exaggerate our mess or anything, but don't be afraid to talk to people if, you know, you don't have it all together. And I also keep my before and after pictures of myself on my phone, like, ready to share with people that I meet, because I've had a lot of people who are like, oh, you know, I don't really want you to see my stomach. I don't think I'm going to wrap now. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll do it later. Or maybe I'll do it at home. And so I'll just say, you know what, look at my marks, you know. I'm not perfect. Like, this is what I look like. And when I have the courage to show somebody that, I think a lot of times that really helps tear down that wall. And I've had people say, you know what, okay, since you were able to show me your stretch marks, like, I guess, you know, you're not perfect, so I can show you that I'm not perfect either. And just being very real with people and just treating people like they're your friend. Like, even if you don't know them, even if they're a stranger, they are potentially somebody that you could be really good friends with. So just treating people like that, I think, is a huge thing to help grow your business.
Right. Okay, Terry, let's get to you. Do you have anything you want to add to that, or, you know, anything that's on your mind that you want to share as far as success and how you've been able to recruit distributors over the last, you know, since conference?
Yes, I guess for me, recruiting distributors, I've kind of taken on a little bit different tactic. I have I usually make a lot of posts about the opportunity, and when people either like them or comment, that's when I usually kind of gravitate towards those people, and I'll reach out to them myself. And then I have started to becoming a little bit more personal because I am very straight to the point, or I can be like that. And so I will just write them, ask them how they're doing or how they've been, and then usually they'll ask me how I'm doing now or what am I doing these days, and I'll tell them, I'm just trying to adjust to being a stay-at-home mom. And they're like, oh, what are you doing for, or I'll ask them what are they doing for work, and they'll say, oh, what about you? And then I'll just throw in, I own my own business, and then of course they'll say, what business is that? And then I'll tell them it works, and then I'm like, well, if you know anybody that's looking to make extra money, just send them my way. And most of the time they'll be like, oh, I am. What's this opportunity about? So then I kind of let them, like you've been saying, or everybody else, I let that person open the door and allow me to come with the next question. But it's kind of gauging when I have to a little more, pressuring, but usually I allow that person to open the door, and then I'll take it from there, and I'll just keep going with it. And that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I love that. So what about people that, you talked to 2 weeks ago, and you haven't heard from them? What is your follow-up technique?
Normally, trying to think of some people 2 weeks ago that I've talked to. Normally, I will kind of just see how they're doing or what's been going on in their life, because some people have like different personal things going on, and so I don't want to just, seem like I'm just pressuring or just hounding them about the business, because I do want to know how they are. So I'll go in, try to see how they've been, what's been going on, and then after that, I will kind of mention again, like, oh, so have you thought, or have you thought any more about what we talked about? Maybe we can get together and sit down, and go over any other questions that you have. But that's usually I kind of do that for someone that's been about 2 weeks. I'll kind of give them another feel to see where they're at, see if anything has changed, and then I'll go from there.
Awesome. Let's switch gears a little bit, and we'll talk. I want to talk to Tabitha about this. Okay, so we have an amazing company, amazing bonuses right now, great financial opportunity. But what I want the people watching to understand is the family aspect of this business and the friendships that are made, and the fun that we have. So wouldn't you say, Tabitha, that is mainly what has been drawing people in recently? Is maybe after conference they saw, oh my gosh, like look how different It Works is compared to, that makeup company or that skincare company out there. Like, they're posting parties that they're going to, their cute, bags. Talk more about this. Wouldn't you say that that's a key factor in reeling in these distributors and letting them see that we're different?
It's a very important factor, and it made me think about it when we get back from conference, because when we was at conference, I had no idea, who I would meet, or, who I would, it's so many of us. So you just, you don't know who you're going to meet. So when I ran across a couple of my great friends, and that wasn't, they were my friends all along, but I never talked to them before, never seen them in my life. It was just on Facebook. So like Courtney and Jennifer and Brittny, we all just, came together. We went out to eat together. We got to know one another. We talked to each other about the business, encouraged one another and all that. And when we got back, and that's one thing that drew my husband in. He was like, y'all are so supportive of one another. I mean, he said, you just would think that we've been knowing each other forever, and we haven't. But he said he just loved the how family-oriented we was. We're not in competition with one another, is trying to downgrade one another. We're just as a family. And that's one thing that drew him in. And also when we got back and we posted all these pictures, and it helped me because people started seeing, okay, y'all have fun. One girl even inboxed me. She was like, I want to have fun like that. I want to be around people that go to parties and work together and all that, because that's the image that we showed her. And people started looking at, okay, I want to do this. They're more than just a company. We're family. We live the product. We motivate one another. And when we came back, like, a lot of girls that I have gotten with and Blitz with, I have no idea whose team they were on. Like, a couple of them, they call me and say, let's go blitzing. We go blitzing together. And they're not under me. They're not, I didn't enroll them. but
off of that.
they're on my team. To me, they're my It Works sister. They're my It Works brother. So I let them tag along, and we had so much fun together, as just being together. And I think people love to see that because we have to show them that we're not salespeople. We're trying to change people's lives with our product. We believe in our product. So we have to show them that. We can't just show them that we're just an Avon rep or a insurance company, because we're not that. We're way more than that. We're a family. I mean, we're a Christian-based family.
Yes, and I think just for the men that are watching, it is crazy because these husbands that are getting on board, or even the single guys that are getting on board, they're seeing that this company is not just for women. Yes. Like, not only do we have a wrap that fitness competitors use, we're coming out with an energy drink that's going to be amazing. I think it's a great opportunity. And, my husband will go out with just the guys, and they'll wear their shirts. We have men's clothing that is very attractive. Like, it's not girly whatsoever. It's very, very nice. You can wear it at the gym, whatever. And so a lot of these men are coming on board, and they're seeing that, hey, I can do It Works and still be cool. My husband is a guy from the South. I have to remind him to shower. He's like a good country boy, And when I thought of him selling It Works, I was like, I hope he one day gets on board, but I don't know. It took him a year, but now he's here, and he loves it. I cannot get him out of his It Works clothes. He absolutely loves this business and loves the men who run the business. Our CEO, our, in charge of all the marketing. He loves these guys. They're really, really cool. So I love that, Tabitha. Does anybody else want to add something? Chelsie, Lizzie, Brittny, Terry, anybody? I don't want to leave.
Next year, go to conference. That's all I can say. It was the most amazing thing ever. It was so much fun. And, I was scared going because you talk to these people all day and you don't know that they're, you feel like they're family and friends, but facing them face to face, you're like, oh my gosh, like, what if it's not the same? And you get there, and there's just so much love and so much excitement, and it was the most amazing thing that I've ever been a part of. Just this company, like, coming from where, I worked before, and just being here, it's amazing. And, we have amazing products, but the people are 100 times, worth it. I mean, if I walked away tomorrow or, anything, I mean, not that I would, I'm here forever, but if it was, like, if the money stopped tomorrow, just the friends, the family, everything would be worth it, 100%.
And I love that you mentioned that you were scared of conference, because I remember you writing me just saying, I'm scared to meet you. Like, I'm scared to death of seeing you for the first time. And you went into conference, you weren't really signed distributors, and now it's like I get an email from you every day saying, hey, I just signed up this brand new person. So the people that are watching, I want them to hear from you. I want them to hear what changed with you. What exactly happened? Because people want to know, like, how did you go from not signing anybody to all of a sudden, you've signed 5 distributors and they're all fast start qualified and you just made $500 in bonuses. Like, they want to hear what happened.
There's just something that changed. It wasn't, before it was, I didn't really care about rank. I cared more about money. But after going to conference, it wasn't about money. It wasn't about a rank. It was just, how many people's lives can I change? Who can I bring into this business? And who needs this? And then, it goes back to the people. I mean, a lot of people will follow you for a very long time and see that you're serious about this before they actually get on board. And as long as you stay in contact, you tell them, hey, I still want you on my team. And whether you talked to them 6 months ago. And that's a lot of what I did. And it just changed my heart from wanting to make money to see who I could help and who I can change and whose life needs this. Yeah. And whenever I started thinking that way, it drawed people in.
I think that sometimes people, when you're talking to them, they need to be told that they can do this. That's why I love having you guys on this Google Hangout right now, because all of us have different personalities. None of us are the same. we're not all like this bubbly, outgoing person that can just talk to everybody, you know, like Tabitha Green. Like, she's amazing. Like, she can talk to anybody. I'm not like that. You know, I know Brittny, you're not like that. I know Chelsie, you're a brand new mom. How old is your baby?
I have a 15-month-old and a 2-week-old.
Okay. She's got a 15-month-old and a 2-week-old, and I hear people every day write and say, I don't have enough time for It Works. Well, you know what? I love busy people. I think that they're the best distributors because you're so busy, you're out there talking to people, or, you know, you're taking care of your kids. People are drawn to children. Like, you can blitz wherever. So I love that we're all different personalities, and just the passion is there. You know, all of us, the one thing I think that makes everybody successful with It Works is, you know, how Brittny said, her passion was there. It changed from being all about her to now being about other people. Instead of what can this Blitz card do for me, it's what can this Blitz card do for that person, do for the person, you know, that I'm about to talk to. And that's why I do pray over my Blitz cards, because I want them to go to the people that they're meant to go to. Okay, Lizzie. Is there anything else that you want to add as far as what, you know, in the next 60 days, I guess it's probably less than 60 days now, but we have a month and a half. You're going after a double diamond bonus of $30,000. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. So what are you doing to recruit distributors? What is it that is really helping you draw these people in for those watching?
I really like what you said before about people are busy. Really, you don't have to like set aside, okay, I'm going to do It Works for 2 hours today. You really just incorporate it in every single thing you do, whether it's wearing your shirt or taking your greens with you or whatever it is you're doing it out as you go. And so people are going to see that, and if you're passionate about it and you're excited about it, people are going to see that, and they're going to want to be a part of that. And I have all these people that I've been talking to, like, since I started It Works 5.5, 6 months ago. So half of them still haven't joined. Half of them are still saying, yeah, I'm still going to join. So be patient with people because it may take them a long time. And I do try not to think of them as like a sales opportunity or as like you're filling a spot on my chart, but really not pressuring those people, really caring about those people, but really sharing it with everyone. Like, I actually went through my contacts on Facebook, and I said I would never do this when I first joined because I didn't want to be annoying, but I went through all of my contacts on Facebook, and I just good at this business, and just shared with them, you know what, I'm doing this. I'm selling It Works. These are my favorite products. I'm in love with them. You were one of the people that came to my mind when I thought of who would be good at this business, and I just kind of share that with them. And then really all it is sometimes is that it takes, like you said, somebody needs to hear like, oh, okay, somebody does think I would be good at this business. And a lot of times people will tell me, you know what, I've really been thinking about it, and I'm really glad you messaged me, but I'm just really unsure because I'm not a salesperson or whatever reason that I also was scared to join It Works in the beginning. So I'm able to share with them, like, you know what, I felt the same way, but this is why you can be really good at it. So I think it's important for us not to pressure people and not to treat them as sales opportunities, but really, I don't know, I guess sometimes it's just not their time, and just be okay with that if it's not. I've had a lot of opportunities where I know I could have talked somebody into signing up to be a distributor if I really wanted to. Like, they're like on the fence, and I know I could have persuaded them to do so, but I try not to do that because I want runners on my team. Like, I want people who really want it. And you don't know what somebody's going to do with the business, but you can tell if they want it or not. And if they're just kind of like, I don't know, whatever about it, just let them make up their mind, and then when they're ready. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and you'll have people say that to you, and that's okay. If that's not your time, let them.
Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah, and we want quality people over quantity. You know, in the very beginning, I was just wanting to sign up like as many people as I could. Now I kind of like am interviewing the distributor. And for those of you that have never signed a distributor up before, you're probably like, I don't care. I just want someone to sign up. But the way our compensation plan works is you want to make money, you know, the way you make money is if they're actually working. So don't waste your time on somebody that's not willing to work. Okay, Tabitha, go ahead, give us, you know, in the next month and a half, what are you doing differently to bring in as many distributors as you can to get your diamond bonus?
I'm going to the mailbox. I'm going to the garbage guy on Wednesdays.
What?
I'm stopping everybody that I can. The UPS guy today, the garbage man on Wednesday. I mean, like, I'm thinking of anybody that I just, you know, if I think they have a crappy job, I'm going after them. Seriously, I'm telling you, I was out there setting a rap to the garbage man last week. So I'm trying to, I'm going back to some people from the beginning who was kind of interested in joining this business. So I'm going back, catching up with them. Going back to my loyal customers, since I have so many of them, I'm going back to see, okay, they know that the product works. So I'm trying to see, you know, trying to get them involved in the business because they know for themselves that the products work. So that's what I'm doing now. Besides just stopping everybody I know, you know, that's it.
Love it. Okay, Terry, what about you? I know you talked a little bit about it, but I know you're going after a really big bonus. Terry's going after triple diamond, so she's going to make a really huge jump. She's probably going to go diamond this month, but she wants triple. So for those that are left on, that are watching, I know we've kind of gone into the corporate call tonight, and I apologize for that. Just go ahead and tell us, you know, what are you going to do to get from emerald to triple diamond? I know you've got some some runners on your team, but what advice can you give for those watching?
Yes, so I am going out and I'm trying to talk to as many new people that I can and share the business with. I'm actually talking to a lot of guys right now, actually, that are that kind of have big networks and know a lot of people, because like we're saying, even if they're not interested, they might just give me that one lead for somebody else that might be, and I'll be able to talk to them and work with them. But I'm also focusing on helping my team. I want my team to feel comfortable and to have the tools that they need, because as long as they're still working and they can add people as well, it's going to help everybody's promotion. So I just want to make sure that I'm doing my part, but I'm also leading them and helping them to become leaders so they can start passing it on to their distributors under them as well.
Yeah, I love that. Just to kind of close us out, I think that it's really important in this business to find runners and find good quality people that you can work this business with, because what happens is if you're the only one doing the work, you're just signing up distributors, you're a really good recruiter, but you're the only person recruiting, you're going to get burnt out because you're going to feel like you're the one doing all the work. And, hey, wake up, team, like, what are you guys doing? Like, it's going to get really frustrating. And so for those of you that are frustrated that you're not able to find those quality people, don't give up. You know, some of my best distributors came from old loyal customers. Tabitha mentioned she contacted her old loyal customers. Send them an email. You never know. They may not even realize that there's an opportunity for them to sell. I've talked to loyal customers that they thought that you had to be in Tennessee to sell or something crazy. Tell people on Facebook that they don't have to be local to you. Some people assume that you have to be in the same state or city as your enroller or they won't be successful. Brittny, where do you live?
I live in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't enroll you, but let's just pretend that I did. I'm your upline. You do know that I'm helpful. Wouldn't you say you would be just as successful if I was in Oklahoma or as if I was here? We can Skype, So anyway, getting back to that, you can tell people on Facebook. I've had people message me saying, "Oh my gosh, I would love to join your team, but I'm not in Nashville," or whatever. So that's really, really important. And just to close this out, I think that the theme of tonight was be passionate. Wear your It Works gear when you're out. Rejection. You don't want to prejudge anyone, no matter what their size is, whatever their occupation is. You heard Tabitha, she's going to talk to her garbage man on Wednesday or whenever it was. I mean, don't prejudge anybody. You don't know what this card can do for somebody. You know, there's so many times, and many of you watching have experienced this, where you have that gut feeling, I need to blitz this person. This person, I want to give this card to them, and then I chicken out. You guys, like, I'm a presidential diamond. You may think that I'm like some amazing blitzer that never gets scared, never gets nervous. I chicken out all the time. You know, let's just be real. I'm not going to come on a YouTube hangout and tell you guys that I'm perfect and tell you guys that I do everything right. I don't. I mess up all the time. I sometimes fumble my words. I sometimes say something that insults somebody and they walk away. I told you about the time I've taken the card out of their hand because they want to throw it in the trash. It's going to happen. Lori Conway, she's an ambassador diamond, and she says, you know, she compares it to ketchup and mustard. You know, pretend that you're going out, you want to find people that like mustard. But I walk up to someone and they're like, I hate mustard. Ew, I like ketchup. Am I going to go in the corner and cry because they don't like mustard? And I'm going to find as many people that love It Works, you know, whatever. That's she doesn't take it personal. So blitzing, you know, I think Chelsie mentioned it, or maybe it was Lizzie. Live the Blitz. You know, they started this amazing Facebook group called Live the Blitz. It's not just our team. People from all different teams are joining in. We want this company to not be about, you know, scheduling a time to go blitz. This should be something that you just love to do, that you incorporate it in your everyday life. You know, get green headbands and put them on your kids. Men, get some It Works gear and go work out. Be It Works. You know, let people see that you're passionate. Be consistent. Don't post in your first month, and if you don't become a millionaire, give up. You know, just don't give up. And I'm going to let, since Tabitha, she is like our, I mean, the last time she was on a phone call with me, I was sitting there going, preach, girl, preach. I want you to close this out. I've got 6% battery, so I want everybody to hear from the Tabitha Green. Go ahead and close this out, girlfriend.
Okay, I wanted to just say this because I was too scared to say it, but I just wanted to say also, to when you're out blitzing, you cannot just, sometimes you have to be forceful. You cannot, like, be so weak and give up. And I'll give you an example real quickly. When I was in Route 21, like 2 or 3 weeks ago with some of, not my team, well, they're my team members, but they're not on my team. And I walked up to this girl and I said, hey, have you ever tried those crazy rap things? And I gave her a card. I didn't give her time to ask if she wanted a card. I forced it on her. And she was like, I heard about them, but, you know, I didn't know where to get it from. I was like, well, you can get it from me today. I said, you can get a box for 100 with a full treatment, or you can get one for 25. She said, okay, I'll take a box. So, like, I made $100 right there in 2 minutes. So I walked, like, right around the corner to the pants section in Route 21, and it was this other girl. She was looking at some jeans. I was like, hey, your hair is so pretty. We got in this conversation about her hair. And I was like, have you ever tried those crazy rap things by chance? And she was like, yeah, I heard of them. And she like, do you have any on you today? I like, yeah. She like, how much is one? I like, one is 25. And she would reach in her purse, and she didn't have any change. So she had like all these $100 bills. And she was like, well, I don't have change for 25. I was like, girl, don't worry about it. I said, you just need to go ahead and get the whole box. I said, because the whole box is a full treatment. She was like, okay. So she gave me $100. And Sydney and Tori, they were like, oh my gosh, you just made $200 in like 3 minutes. So sometimes when they say, I don't have change, you can't just say, okay, well, maybe another time. No, you just need to go ahead and get the whole box of wrap. You know, you have to be like that. That's $100 compared to 25. So I made like $200 in like 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to throw that in.
No, I love it. You assumed the sale. You knew before they even opened their mouth that you were going to make that money, and you became their best friend in those 2 minutes that you're talking to them, and you sold them because you related to them. They saw your passion. They saw your excitement. And for those of you watching, I just hope that you guys can watch this and feel the energy that we have. If you don't have that energy, go find it again. If you've been in this business for a year and you do not have the passion, go on YouTube. Go watch our CEO speak. Go watch his wife speak about Jesus on stage. Like, they're the most passionate people ever. Fall in love with It Works again, you guys. If it's your first month and you don't know much about It Works, do your research. We have the most amazing company in front of us. fall in love with it works, and I guarantee that that passion is going to allow you to succeed. I'm going to be doing these Google Hangouts every single week. I'm going to get new people on it no matter what rank they are. I cannot wait to see you guys next week, and y'all have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye.